All right. Episode 7. Welcome to the Coach Cast, everybody. Jackson, how are you today?
Oh, mate. Fucking cracker.
What a vibe. Oh, gosh.
Oh, wait. Just let me fix my chair up.
It's already started. Jackson's just... anyways, welcome to the show.
A rocky start there.
So we've had a couple of weeks off, haven't we?
Yeah, well, it's been just 1 week, hasn't it?
It's been 1 week?
Yeah, 1 week. Last week, I mean, I was a bit sick and schedule-wise, we were just fucking cooked. And yeah, bro, it's been fucking full on. Like, shit's been going crazy at work. I mean, fuck, we're back in a 3-day, mini lockdown, we'll call it. All like restrictions are sort of back.
Fuck COVID.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I don't even believe in it. I'm joking. I do. Relax. Fuck, everyone's going to lose it. It doesn't exist. I'm kidding. It does. It doesn't. How are you?
It's real.
Mike?
You know what? I'm all right, bro. Fucking plugging away. This week, I'm a bit fried from this week.
Yeah. By the way, we apologize this episode if we don't even actually talk about anything that is informative or somewhat educational, because we're pretty fucking cooked.
It's going to be, educationally informative. We hope.
Well, yeah, we'll try.
But from a fried aspect.
Yeah. It's Friday, 6:30. By usually what we're doing at this time is I'm snoozing. On the couch watching probably like Harry Potter.
I'm usually asleep as well. I usually, this is my nap time, Friday night nap. Go to bed by 9:30. So.
Yeah, but tomorrow you got to wake up early because you got a triathlon.
Oh, the big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's go. So triathlon tomorrow.
How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm excited for this one. I'm more excited for this one, even though I think I was saying this before. I'm not as ready as I was in the previous one.
How come?
Just in terms of like fitness level wise.
Yeah, well, you've been a little bit sick. Like you've had the flu a little bit and not COVID.
Hopefully not. Probably is. Well, it's weird you say.
I mean, I don't know. We don't get tested because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, because
We're kidding.
Funny enough, I actually went to all these barbecue galore shops. Ended up with a really nice barbecue.
I went to a butcher after that too.
Yeah, and then actually we work in Bondi Junction, so then I went down to the meat shop real quick.
Yeah, and then I went to Event Cinemas.
Could have it. Could have it.
Felt like watching a movie halfway through a break.
So the triathlon is looking okay. Well, I had 8 weeks to prepare for the previous one, and I didn't get sick in those 8 weeks. This time I got sick after about 3 weeks. Took 3 weeks off, and I was fucking gunning for a good time. So yeah, took 3 weeks off. I got back into it, and I thought, fucking hell, I'm in trouble here. It was like I had started from scratch. And then I think then the following week after that, I had a really good bike ride. I had a really good run. And now I'm just in my head. Like I wasn't even considering not even doing this.
Yeah, I remember you telling me, and I was like,
I wasn't even going to do it.
I was like, don't do it so we can go out or something. But I mean, the fucking restrictions are back, so yeah, just
you might as well just go do it.
I'm quite a supportive friend, as you can tell.
Yeah. So I mean, look, I'm excited for this one. Like I know I can knock off sometimes, just by wearing my iWatch, for example. I didn't wear my iWatch last time, and now I can kind of gauge how fast I'm running and how far to go on the bike ride. These things were all just a massive
Do you
guess.
find that like it becomes more of a mental thing with the watch though, because you can constantly see what your times are? Like, do you think do you think you'll push more because of the watch, or do you think like you're pushing less because you're like, fuck, it's only been like 1 minute and I'm running? I mean, I know I would.
It definitely works that way as well.
Because I know when I'm on a treadmill, which probably hasn't been in about 2-3 years.
When was the last time you were on a treadmill?
A long time ago.
Go on.
I would always stare at the fucking time and be like, fuck, it's only been 5 minutes. Yeah. Feels like I've been running for 5 hours, and now it's been 5 years since I stepped on one.
It's like that. So, right, I went for a run last week, and I was like fucking pushing myself to my absolute limits almost. And then I looked at my watch and I was like, there's no fucking way I'm running that slow.
Oh, really?
So, like, it was still a PB for me.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to hit these. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to do that after a bike ride and a swim.
And push harder.
And I've got to push it. But I know I think it'll give me confidence coming out of the water and being like, okay, cool. That took me 15 minutes. Fucking beautiful. Let's get on the bike. Done. Okay, that transition time. pick up.
And you
the
get that
pace.
adrenaline rush as well. Like, no matter how many times you do a triathlon, you're still going to get a little bit of adrenaline. And it's going to help you push a little bit more. I mean, you fucking hope so, because that's what gives you that extra edge.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, going back to like the iWatch thing, like I know when I'm recording my lifts, like sometimes I'll record my lifts and I'll be like, fuck, that feels like shit. And then I'll watch it and I'll be like, oh, that actually moved pretty quick.
Yeah.
Or vice versa,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then the adrenaline kicks in on game day, like with my comp. And I was like, fuck, like, you know, I thought I couldn't lift the weight and it just came right up. Although in saying that, on my comp, I also threw up a few times from nerves.
Yeah, so, you know, we're going to get to your comp in a second. Let me talk about my triathlon for a second, man. I'm not done. But the biggest thing for me was the cycle. And on the last triathlon, I couldn't really fucking tell. You just keep going until you get to a point that says turn around. And you're like, fuck, will this end?
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
It's like up and back.
Up and back. But this one is a little bit different now. This time is up, back, up, back. So it's
terrible.
No, so it's good. So you know where the distance is. Now you just got to do that 3 more times. Perfect. And I'll have the watch on. So I'm looking to gauge a good time off the bike more than anything. And then, you know what? I've come off the bike. Let's see how fucking hard I can push my body until I fall over.
Yeah. Fuck, fair enough.
We'll see.
Put those big fucking quads to use.
That's it. I had a fucking video of me pushing, of someone pushing me on the sled today. Fuck, I got a bigger nose. That was massive.
Yeah, I know. My fucking clients tell me all the time.
So let's update us on your powerlifting comp. We didn't get to that last time.
Yeah, so what did we do?
I'll stop talking.
Nah, yeah, you're fine. Shut the fuck up. No, look, man, like it was really good, bro. I came fourth. I think I might have mentioned that last time.
That's big for your first one.
I was happy, bro. As I said, you know, like I fucking threw up. I was nervous as hell, man. And in my head, right, like, you know, I've mentioned before, like I've competed in martial arts. I've competed in Muay Thai, Taekwondo, karate, kickboxing, whatever the fuck it is. And I'm like, fuck, surely this can't be that bad. At least I'm not getting punched in the face this time. But man, I was just really nervous. I think it's just been a while since I've done any sort of competition.
Yeah.
So like, you know, it was nerve wracking, and you know, there was people that were there that were really important to me. So I was like, fuck, I don't want to let them down. My coach was there. I was like, I don't want to let him down. It was just like overflow of emotion. So I was like, fuck, like for some reason I was just super nervous about it. And yeah,
it happens.
Just came up, man.
Like, sorry to go back to my thing, but for my first triathlon.
Yeah, it's my turn.
I thought I was calm, cool, collected. I got in the water and I was like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden just panicked and
yeah, man.
I just couldn't breathe properly.
Yeah, no, it's hard, bro. Like even like on the before when I on the way there, like the drive there, I was fucking nervous. Like, man, it's just like I had butterflies, and I mean, look, it clearly helped because like I did do too bad, but the problem was I couldn't keep any food down, so I was like cramping by my last lift. Because think about it, bro. Like you start and you gotta wait for your category to go, or like your class or your flight. Sorry. And I was like flight C, so I was the last one. And then by the time you go, and then by the time you've done fucking 3 squats on your last one's like basically a PB, and then you wait, have a break, and then you got to go do your bench, and you do 3 benches. Your last one's most likely a PB as well, and then you wait again, and then you go like the hardest fucking lift of the day, which is a deadlift.
So how long are the breaks between your third squat and your first bench?
It was probably like an hour.
Fuck.
Yeah, because we had a break, I think, after that, like a full on like halftime.
Really?
Or something like that. It was between one of them. But yeah, it was either way, it was still half an hour. Like it was either half an hour to an hour.
I don't envy you one bit. Like I'm cooked after one heavy deadlift session. I don't know how I'd go into a fucking heavy squat, a heavy bench.
It was a lot of pre-workout. A lot of pre-workout. It was the only thing I could fucking keep down, man. Like I was just pumping Gatorade and fucking.
So give us your numbers. What were your numbers?
So I had a.
He's gonna cheat. I only got like, I don't know.
So I did a 210 squat.
Yeah.
And then I tried 220 and I missed 220. And no, I think it was a 215 squat. I did I can't remember. Mm-hmm. But it was it was 210.
Yep.
And then I went 220 and I missed 220 because I just rushed it, man. I needed to turn my toes out a bit more. I needed to like fucking dived it. And it was all right. Like I know I can actually do 220 now. It was just a matter of technique. And then I got a 140 bench, which actually felt really fucking good with the pause and everything. No red light.
Fucking hell.
And then I finished with a 230 deadlift. And that was my second attempt. I planned on doing a 240, but I was just fucked by the end of the day.
Cooked. Like I've seen you.
wrecked.
I've seen you move 230 at Paddo. It looks fucking it flies up when you're just doing a deadlift day. But after lifting all that weight before that, fucking hell.
Oh, bro, it was funny because my coach Paul was literally like, like fucking relax. Like lifting at Paddo is more fucking intense than fucking at the comp because like the people there like fucking like hard on you. You know what I mean? And he's got a point. Yeah. But it's like it's not game day. You know what I mean? But I finished with I think it was a 575 total. Which I was pretty happy about. I wanted
4th place in your first one.
Yeah, bro. So it was really good, but yeah, I was just I think the part that I loved the most about it, man, was that just it was really like just the community was so welcoming, bro. Yeah, like everyone, fucking bro. This
sounds like a vibe there.
Yeah, man.
It's actually a vibe.
I was warming up and this complete random who I was competing against was in my flight and he just comes up to me and he's like older than me. He goes, bro, how old are you? I was like 21. He goes, bro, I don't know you, but I'm fucking proud of you. I was like, fuck, this is so cool.
That's hectic.
Like, thank you, man. Like, I'm proud of you too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the best part is when you decided to do triathlon now with me. Yes, like, I'm so keen.
No. As I said, it's been 2 years since the what's it called? A fucking
treadmill.
It's not gonna be another 2 years.
I can't even remember the name of it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what a treadmill is. I don't know what walking is or running.
All right, so that's your your training. Talk to me about your business. You've been So you climbed a roller coaster this week.
Oh, bro, it's just like we talked about
Everest this week.
Yeah, bro. I mean, fuck. Put it this way. Long story short, Mondays are not my day. It was just a tough day, man. It was just a tough day. It was a lot of meditating this week, bro.
Yeah, came in and Jackson's like, oh, I go to Jackson. How many sessions you got this morning? Oh, none, man. Just only got one in the afternoon. Oh, okay, cool. And then you see Jackson fucking swearing and throwing his hands around like, oh no.
And I was on the floors fucking prospecting hard, bro. That's like, bro, like. Credit to everyone, like who's credit to PTs in general, bro. But honestly, something that I've found being in this job and going from being busier to less busier, and like, fuck, I had about 6 conversations complaining to people about how I want to be busier, and they're like, bro, you're fucking sweet, relax.
Yeah. I'm exactly the same,
and I'm like, no, I'm not. I want more, and they're like, yeah, we'll go get more, and which is what I've been doing, but. When you're chasing more sessions and you're trying to prospect and stuff like that, Mike is just getting
the rig out.
Getting the rig out. When you're doing that sort of stuff and you're hustling and you're trying to get those more sessions, like I actually feel like it's more draining because to put effort into people you don't know, I feel like, and trying to get people over the line as to why they need PT, especially because we've only been in this job for 8 months. So like we're in no position to be like you need me. Yeah. It's like we need them.
Yeah.
Yes and no. But like, it's a lot of, I feel like it's more draining because when you're in a session with someone you already know, you're like, yeah, it's hard work, but the conversation flows a little bit more. Where like when it's someone you don't know, you're like, oh, so where are you from? What do you do for work?
There's a lot of effort that goes into those sessions.
Yeah. And then
purely from a conversation standpoint.
100%. But then not only that, not only are you trying to be their friend, you're also trying to make business with them. So the 1 minute you're asking about their kid or their relationship and giving them advice, and next minute you ask them to fucking sign their name here and their credit card details. It's like, it's hard. Like, I mean, look, it is a service.
A little bit.
Yeah, it is. But you know what, man? We're providing a service because at the end of the day, and I had this moment when I was prospecting yesterday. It's like the guy was actually really nice and I gave him a tip on his score and he's like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, bro, this is my job. Like, don't say thank you. This is what I do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's no sweat off my back by going out of the way to help you. It's like, you just happen to like actually fucking appreciate what I do.
Yeah. Well, that had the exact same thing happened with me. I seen some guy deadlifting and I assume it was a deadlift.
Whatever it was.
It was something. And I just, usually, we've spoken about this before, go with a little soft approach. I had my boxing gloves in hand. 5 minutes to my next session, I just went right up to him, placed my boxing gloves down, and I was like, hello. and he kind of took his earphones out. He's like, am I doing it wrong? I was like, yeah, you actually are. I was like, but I need to help you. I was like, let me show you. Let me give me a few tips. I was like, I literally got 5 minutes. And I left and he's like, brother, thank you so much. Like I really, really appreciated that.
Yeah, and I think this is where people go wrong. It's like we're not always just trying to get sale out of someone. Like even if we don't and we fix their fucking deadlifts, I mean, like then cool. Like we've alleviated you from spinal trauma. Like Like you no longer
Literally.
will have a bulging disc. Like
that
awesome.
reminds me. Just go on.
Like we will no longer need to fucking give you.
Sorry, go on.
We will no longer need to worry about you injuring yourself in your training, which is part of our job. Are
Sorry,
you all good?
I actually just I just thought of one of those shit you see in the gym. So I just needed to get that out there. Sorry to cut you off. Go on.
That's all right. Nah, look, like it's been a tough week business wise. Like not tough. It's just been a grind this week.
It's been a grind.
But you know, man, it's part of the job. I can't complain. I feel like I've come out on top, and you know, just when things go.
I was saying that to you at the start of the week.
Yeah, it's just like you just got to be on top of your mental health and not let yourself get to you. And yeah, bro, I can't complain. Like, what about you?
Business has actually been pretty good. I can't complain as well. You know, we hold ourselves to such a high standard.
Oh, 100.
And that's probably our biggest issue. So I spoke to Harry about this midweek. We had a little bit of a catch up, and he's like, bro, I'm fucking so proud of you. Like, he goes, half those trainers would love to be in the position you're in. And I was like, I know, but I go home and I'm like, fuck, I need more. I want more.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not satisfied.
Look, man, it's what's going to take us to the next level, hopefully. It's hopefully what, like, you know, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I hope, you know, it gets to a point where in a couple of years' time, we're no longer in a commercial gym.
Yeah.
And we're running our own show. You know what I mean? Whether it be another gym, whether it be but something that is bigger than just the commercial. Yeah, I mean, personally, that's what I want to do. And I hope the same for you. Like, whatever it is you want to do, you go beyond that.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we hold ourselves to such a high standard.
Yes, exactly, bro. I always lead with that. Yes, exactly. But actually, you know what? Business next week, I'm fucking freaking out a little bit. So,
because
yourself, well, Jackson and Harry have this Sebastian Aura mentoring course.
Yeah, so
and they've flooded me with their business.
Yeah, so I've given like some of my sessions to Mike, and
I'm actually so excited for it. But I'm also freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, so how many sessions are you on from?
Yeah. So I think I've got booked into my calendar before even next week, 46. 46 sessions.
Fuck.
46 hours of personal training.
So not only do you have a triathlon on Saturday.
Got a triathlon Saturday.
You have one day to get ready for 46 sessions in a week. Yeah. That's a lot of PT.
1 day break. I've got a bit of work to do on the Sunday, and then I go bang into a 11-day session on Monday. 7 back to back. A little bit of time to train if I will. 5 or 6 back to back. Bang.
Fuck.
I'm freaking out. But I'm loving it. I'm actually so excited.
Yeah, so Harry and I are doing a Sebastian Orb course, 5-day mentorship at Base Gym, which I'm super fucking excited about. Learning from the best. So I'll
learning from your brother.
Mikey calls me fucking Aura brother. I fucking wish, but
the third Aura brother. You seen his shoulders? Sorry, that
one. But yeah, so he's Mikey's looking after most of our sessions, so he'll have a big week next week. So he's going to be on his feet a lot, which means that his non-exercise activity thermogenesis is going to be through the fucking roof.
Is that neat?
Yes, it is, Mikey. Thank you for asking.
Just a quick, if anyone is willing to come and bring me a coffee on the gym floor next week, that'd be great. Personality in a cup.
And give him a hug for me.
Yeah.
I'll miss him.
So, do you want to just explain what that word was again?
So yes, you mean non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Okay,
so tell me about non-exercise activity thermogenesis, Jackson.
So basically what it is it's basically just the calories you burn, I guess non-planned exercise, like the calories that are burned through non-planned exercise. Yes. So to break it down, we have our we have energy expenditure, which is accounted for through things like our basal metabolic rate, what else is there? Thermic effect of food.
Yeah. And then there's exercise activity thermogenesis,
and then non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Now,
so essentially we're looking at energy expenditure through, I guess the first one we have would be planned exercise. So going to the gym.
Yeah, so you burn
for
calories.
A run. So what we're basing our topic on today is the non-planned exercise, which is essentially moving more in day-to-day life.
Yeah, so
we speak a lot about movement is key, so that's what we're basing our little episode on today.
Yeah, and we're not going to go too much into calories and stuff like that about today. Like, we will touch on it, but I think we can base a whole nother episode on that. So we're just going to stick to this one about NEAT and the importance of just moving, and how you don't need to like, not everyone is at the point where we are, where we're ready to compete or we're ready to get a PT. Some people just need to like something to get out of bed in the morning and move, and this, we think, is something that isn't sort of glorified enough, and it has been a little bit through PTs like James Smith and Darren Cartel. They started NEAT Up. Yeah,
Darren's kind of fucking made a
branded of it. Yeah, NEAT Up 24/7, and we're kind of we're not trying to like jump onto the train, but we just want to also, it's factual. It's true.
A very, very important part of living a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're going to be able to move more, then you're going to be able to burn more calories, and if it might trigger some weight loss or just some overall movement, then you're fucking on the right track.
Yeah. So if we look at we go back to energy expenditure for a second, let's break it down into those little categories. So we have BMR, so your basal metabolic rate. We don't really need to know the fucking ins and outs of that, but essentially that is just how many calories our body is burning through, I guess, just living,
just functioning,
our organs working, all that kind of shit. Okay, so that's obviously takes up a massive chunk of your energy expenditure.
Yep.
And then we go into TEF, so I guess it's your food intake, which is kind of a important part.
Yep.
Now, if we kind of compare this to planned exercise and non-planned exercise, so we kind of we know that planned exercise, such as going to the gym, going for a run, actually only takes up about 5 to 10% of our energy expenditure throughout the day. Now, NEAT actually goes anywhere up to 20%.
Yeah, so that means 20% of the calories that you burn within a day should actually be coming from NEAT. Now, what is NEAT? Like, how do we know we're doing NEAT? And how do you say it's NEAT because it's non-planned? And how do you plan to do NEAT because it's supposed to be non-planned? And this is a bit of a controversial topic, but honestly, anything that's not going to the gym where you're like, fuck, okay, I got a 1 hour workout, then that's not, I don't care what you say. If you're going to plan to go for a walk to increase your NEAT, it's still fucking increasing your NEAT. Only because at the end of the day, you're still fucking increasing your calories, and your heart rate is not going to a point where it's like, like you're training. It's something that you can just do without really thinking. So going for a walk. Now, I'm going to go a little bit further in this and say things like fidgeting. I actually learned this from Glenn Carroll when I did a bit of a mentorship with him, and he says people don't really take it into account that fidgeting is a way to increase your NEAT.
Yeah.
So for example, someone like myself, I talk a lot with my hands. Like, I don't know if the camera can see, but I do that a lot, and that's increasing my NEAT. Now, what happens is when let's say, for example, you're in a deficit or you're dieting, and we're not going to go too far into this, but just briefly, when you are dieting, your actual NEAT will automatically decrease because your body's trying to save
energy, right?
Yeah, so it won't, those things that you do, you'll actually find that you'll blink less, you'll move around less. If you do like a toe tap or you do a knee jump or whatever when you sit down, like you'll actually find that you do that less. Now, to increase that, I find that just being conscious and just being like, okay, I want to increase my NEAT, I'm going to get a fucking fidget spinner, or like one of those new fucking things you put your fingers in. Like, just something like a fucking tennis ball, like something to increase your movement in a day, or you start talking with your hands more, you blink more, you just stand up at a desk.
Just being more conscious of it is actually very important. That's just in regards to obviously being in a little bit of a deficit, right?
100%.
We were speaking about this midweek, and someone actually overheard us and was like, "Yeah, that you're actually right, because I'm a what do you call it?
Like a toe tapper.
He just like he does these with his feet.
Yeah.
That's fidgeting. That's just another way to increase your NEAT. It's actually pretty fucking interesting.
It is, man. Like, like for example, people like PTs, why do you get to eat so much? Or it's like, well, yeah, we train, but fuck, man. Like, I do like 30,000 steps some days. Like being like, I'm on the gym floor from 5:30 in the morning till sometimes 7 o'clock at night. It's like, that's a lot of standing. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a long time.
Your body's going to burn a lot of fucking calories and go through a lot of stuff. Like, if you're going to fucking be, on your feet all day, and then you're on your feet, and then you want to go get a coffee, and then you want to go do this, and then you got to walk to your car, and then you know what I mean. And that's actually a really good one, like just parking your car.
So we're going to come up with a couple of different examples as well, how to increase your NEAT. Now, we're not kind of going into if you're in a deficit or surplus. just essentially to move more, right? Yeah. So the first one, obviously, we have a lot of people kind of like sitting at their desk in their office jobs. A good one is just, having a stand-up desk or a headset and taking your phone calls while walking around, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's a very important one. What do you got?
I mean, things like, we work in the shopping center, so we see it a lot. People, there's escalators, there's lifts. People like do all these sort of things. It's like if you're on that escalator and, you're standing and waiting, like don't be fucking lazy. Just walk up the escalator. Yeah. It's actually fucking quicker as well.
It actually is.
So like take the stairs, don't take the lift. If you're going to go to Bondi or Westfield or you're going to a shopping center and you know that you want to get the spot closest to the door, then don't park further away from the door or go all the way upstairs. So you got to take more flights of stairs to get up there, because just think of that. Let's say, for example, you only do like 350 steps from your car to the shop that you need to go to, or 500. That's fucking 500 more steps. And let's say you do that 3 times a week, that's 1,500 more steps in a week. Then just from there, like your steps gone from 8,000 to fucking 9,500, even if my math is correct.
It's spot on, Jackson. It's spot on.
Thank you. It wasn't my strong suit.
Mine neither. I had to get the calculator out for that one. So another one would be, let's say you catch the bus to work, get off one stop early, just to walk that extra 10, 15 minutes. If you drive to work and you're not in a Westfield, park, or even if you're driving home, park two blocks away. Essentially, we just want to kind of create some little ideas on how to move more throughout the day, because it's so important.
It's so fucking important. Like seriously, guys, like I think you need to understand, especially something that's gone on during COVID, is that, we've all been in lockdown, or we were in lockdown quite a while ago now, but everyone fucking put on weight in lockdown, and that's fucking normal. You know what I mean? Like that's totally fine. And we're going to go further into that later, but what was everyone doing in lockdown? Fucking walking.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, going for a run and walking is a fucking trend because we have to. But now that shit's going back to normal, I bet you guys are like, oh, I'm going to take the lift, or, I'm going to walk on the treadmill. But it's like, no, you go for a fucking walk. Get outside, you fucking idiot. Like, mate, we have fucking beautiful beaches in Sydney. Like, go fucking see them. What are you doing? Like, Bondi, even so, yeah, we're lucky to have a cool view. But fuck that. Like, don't be inside, go outside. Like, you don't understand just alone the benefits you're going to get from just getting outside and going for a walk. Or, like, fuck, when you're at work, you hate your fucking colleagues, drink a lot of fucking water, and then you get to go to the toilet and pee a lot. So you're standing up and moving around.
That's another one that's really important. Well, not even important. It's just fucking such a great idea.
Yeah.
How many times would you go take a piss every day? Fucking if you keep smashing water.
Yeah, exactly.
Me personally, I just have coffee and I just kind of like I have one or two
clears you out as well
in the morning, and then that's it.
And not only that, you're fucking increasing your hydration, so you're fucking welcome. I just fucking increased your health more. Fucking.
That's one thing.
Sign my direct debit form, please.
That is one thing that is not like also glorified enough, is the hydration and just drinking water in general.
Yeah, man. Look, like fuck.
It's so important for the body.
I fucking don't drink enough water.
I personally definitely do not.
Like, literally, even when I make a fucking protein shake, I purposely only put it halfway because I want to drink less. Like, I'm being dead set. Like, like I definitely don't drink enough water, and, excuse me, I just had to burp. Okay. Like, if you want to fucking increase your hydration and increase your NEAT, then drink more water and you'll go to the bathroom more. Like, you just need to take your movement more seriously. And, as I said, not everyone's ready to go out and get a PT, go out and do a triathlon or do a powerlifting comp, and that's totally fine. Some people are severely overweight. Some people just aren't confident enough, and that's fine. Get outside.
That might even be the first step that you take to achieve your fitness goals. Like if you're just, you've been stuck on that couch for way too long, just increase your NEAT to start. Then you'll find you have more energy to get out. And then you have, once you start walking more, you'll be like, fuck, I might, walk that extra block instead, or to that extra beach. This is just, this could be your starting point.
Yeah, 100%. And like, just give yourself a bit of a step goal. Let's say, for example, I bet people don't even track their steps. And like, it's not a bad thing, but you know what I mean? Like, go buy a fucking $80 Fitbit, and I know some online coaches where this is a prerequisite when you're signing up with them, because this is something that they use when they put you in a deficit, or this is something they use just in general to get you to move more. So go buy like a $70 Fitbit, and I know you fucking cunts can afford it. Like seriously, who like fucking grow up? Like you're investing in your health, and like go and get it, and then wear it let it like accumulate your steps and see how many you do. Okay, what's your average? I do on average, let's say 8,000 steps. Okay, I'm going to increase that to 9,000 just for the first 2 weeks, and then see how we go from there. So, you know, just by doing that and being more conscious of it, you're going to actually find that you might lose some weight, or you might just fucking feel better, or it might motivate you to go to the gym. And then once you go to the gym, fucking walk to the gym if you can, if you live around the corner from the gym. Like, all these things come in handy when it comes to NEAT. And it sounds something so simple, and it has taken a bit of light in the fitness industry a little bit more, but, you know, we're just going to we're going to highlight it even more because, you know, it's something that we prescribe to our clients. And, you know, as Harry said on the podcast, there's nothing that we wouldn't prescribe to someone else that we wouldn't do to ourselves.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The step goal is really important. I look at my steps religiously.
Yeah, I mean, you need to.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, especially like if you do have the goal for weight loss or fat loss, like NEAT is fucking important. Go and fucking move.
Yeah, 100%. And it sounds so simple because you're like, oh, we're, you know, like you guys are just saying move. Yeah, but we'll fucking do it and then come back to me and tell me how you feel.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
we have clients that have literally, like, we've given them a step goal and they've come back to us saying, I actually feel like I feel a lot better.
100%.
I have more energy.
And you know,
going out and burning more energy, I have more energy.
Yeah, of course. And, you know, I got some clients that are, you know, they're doctors or they're nurses and they work overnight and they're like, oh, well, you know, how do I reach a step goal or a daily step goal if you know, I'm working so much at night? Just give yourself a weekly step goal. And if you're sleeping during the day, really and, you know, you're going to hit more steps on one days on your night shift than, you know, when you're coming off night shift and you're transitioning over, then fucking, you know, just give yourself a weekly step goal and then you'll find that easy to hit and break it up however you want, whether it's fucking 10,000 a day or fucking like 8,000 one day and 15,000 another day, whatever the fuck it might be.
And also, like, just going for a half an hour walk equates to what, like fucking 3,000 to 5,000 steps?
Yeah, like even you and I, man, like when we're stressed out, what do we say? Let's go to Woolies because we got to go for a walk. And then after we go to Woolies, let's say, oh, let's just cruise for a bit. Let's just go for a walk somewhere. And we do that and we come back to the gym and we feel fucking better.
And this is what, you know what? This is actually related back to what you said earlier, not to go into too much detail, but the, when you're in a deficit, right? Like, you know how I started tracking? I'm like, okay, I'm tracking. You know, when I'm tracking, I don't go to Woolies. I'm not increasing my NEAT.
Yeah,
I should be going to Woolies
when I'm
just cutting.
Don't buy chocolate.
So I just had to get out that. Had to get that one out.
The seriousness in your face was real.
Woolies is very important.
Woolies.
If you have to go to Woolies to increase your NEAT,
100. Proper.
Woolies 24/7.
Whatever I mean, fuck Coles. Don't go to Coles.
We've started consciously going to Son of a Baker instead of Lux just to increase our NEAT.
Yeah, Lux has dropped the ball lately.
And it's just because they open earlier. Yeah. And it's all the way at the bottom. Sorry, that was a reference because...
Yeah, people who don't know, And I take the lifts in the morning.
Contradicting ourselves. NEAT is important. It's very important. Let's just move more, guys. Movement is key. Movement is king. We feel better when we move more. Need up. Sorry.
Yeah, look, like, I think what the main takeaway here from me is that no matter whether you're someone who already goes to the gym religiously, you're an athlete, or you're someone who's overweight, I think just by being conscious about, you know, how much you're moving and how much you're doing when you're not at the gym, because there's a lot of people, and, you know, like, that I do know in my life, and they're like, oh, you know, I'm so tired, I went to the gym. But it's like, okay, you went to the gym, but what did you do all day? You woke up, you went to work, and you work at a desk all day, and you sat down all day. Then from there, you drove your car to the gym, and you parked to the closest spot as possible as you could to the gym. Then you went into the gym, and you did some fuck all workout that you probably didn't even push yourself hard enough. And then you go home and you eat dinner, and then you sit on the couch.
Where's the NEAT?
Like, your gym has only accounted for 5% of your daily movement. There's so many opportunities within someone's day. So let's start this all over again for this person, and they wake up, and then let's say instead of taking their car, they caught the bus. Just by that, they need to walk to the bus stop. Let's do two examples. Bus and car.
Okay.
So they walk to the bus stop. That's already increased their NEAT. Then they get on the bus, they got to walk on the bus, they got to sit on the bus, and then they got to get off the bus. And I'm guaranteeing that their bus stop isn't fucking close to the office.
They're probably going to be chilling on their phones, and their thumbs are fidgeting, and they're moving.
True.
They're needing up on the bus, can't do more driving.
Not only that, yeah, you're right. They could be doing emails or something like that. And then they get to work, and then let's say they're drinking a fuck ton of water, and they have a stand-up desk, and then they do that. Then they go after lunch. They go for a walk. And they prep their lunch because they're smart and they look after their health. And even if not, you go buy your lunch, you go walk downstairs to go buy your lunch. After you've eaten it, go for a little stroll. You probably work in the city. Go look at Darling Harbour. Beautiful, very nice.
Come back to your stand-up desk.
Exactly. Then you come back to your stand-up desk and then, okay, you're probably a little bit tired. So maybe sit down for a little bit, drink some more water, go to the bathroom again. Once you're done, okay, cool, catch the bus to the gym then, or the train, whatever it may be. And then you go to the gym, you do your workout. Then you catch the bus home, you walk home, then let's say you eat and then shower, all that sort of stuff, and then maybe take your dog out or take the bins out or even just do a little stroll around the block. But even if you didn't do that stroll around the block, like how much more has your need increased? And then let's say if you do the car, you park further away from your office, you park in the office block next door, whatever the fuck it might be. You park further away from the gym and you park further away from your home. Either way, it fucking works. Just by being more conscious about that and realizing that, you know, moving more in my day can actually add more to what I'm actually trying to contribute to my health.
Yes.
And whether it be weight loss or whatever
That's
it might
the thing.
be.
It doesn't have to relate to weight loss. It doesn't have to relate to fat loss, fucking weight gain, you name it. It's just going to be all round. You're living a healthy lifestyle. You're moving better.
100%.
Like we say this countless amount of times, like just move and you will feel better.
Definitely. And you know what I mean? Like everyone's at different points in their fitness journey. You know, I'm at a different point to Mikey. Mikey's at a different point to his clients and vice versa. You know, everyone's at a different point. And just because, you know, someone who actually made a really good point about this this week and has been in the limelight was Will Smith. Did you see it?
Yes. Will Smith. What a vibe.
Yeah, so he posted a photo or a video of basically him shirtless with his gut out. And he doesn't look overweight.
No, he actually, like...
He's got a bit of a dad bod on him.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
you got to remember, this guy's like in his 50s too.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously we know the Will Smith as fucking, you know, I Am Legend and...
Yeah.
Just this...
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
You know, this beast.
Yeah.
And then for us to see him kind of, you know, kind of in reality almost, right?
Well, yeah, like everyone's human. You know what I mean? And not everyone's going to look how they looked in their 20s.
But it was so good. The reason why I bring this up as well is so good to see he's kind of acknowledged that and acknowledged that we've had about a year or, you know, we've had it different over here, but in America, 12 months worth of lockdown or fucking God knows what.
Yeah.
It's just kind of acknowledged this is my lockdown body. This is my quarantine body. And that's fine. Like so many of us were locked in our houses and couldn't do anything.
Yeah, and we walked and stuff like that, but we probably still put on weight. And, you know, we were stressful times in our lives and, you know, it was probably just as stressful for people in America and they're probably coming out of lockdown or whatever it might be. And, yeah, you don't look how you used to look and it's a good thing. It's like not this whole body positivity, but it's just like accepting what is reality.
Yeah.
Which is like you're not always going to be your fittest.
Yeah.
You're not always going to look your best. You're not always going to... But it doesn't make you any less of a human. If anything, it makes you more human.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck would someone like Will Smith like want to always look good? Like I'm sure that guy goes out to nice expensive dinners with his family and wants to fucking enjoy himself. And I'm sure he was stressed during lockdown because he's like, my career's at risk and I can't make movies. And
yeah, that's the thing. These people like put themselves under immense stress to look a certain way for a certain film. Like some of these people are like training hard and even the opposite. Like if you've seen, I remember seeing a Daniel Radcliffe movie and watching some kind of not the doco, but behind the scenes thing. He's almost starving himself to look starved.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know,
so this, like Will Smith, for example, exactly what you said. He wouldn't want to, like, he's in this period where he doesn't have to be fucking shredded to look good on film.
Yeah, but you've accepted that now, and now he's going to make a difference. You know what I mean? And he's 50-something years old. Like, if someone like him can do it, and yes, he's obviously, you know, people say, oh, well, he's in a way better position than me. He's rich, he's successful. Yeah, but you know, there's been times in my life where I haven't looked like where I wanted to look, and I've accepted it, and I'm trying to make a change, or vice versa. And you know, that could just be anyone out there. It's like, okay, don't, glorify how you're looking and do this whole body positivity, but accept what is reality and be like, okay, cool, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with how I look. Do I think I need to make a change? Maybe. Could I be healthier? Yes. And even so, as we said, Will Smith isn't overweight in that photo. He's could just keep living his life the way he is, but he's not. He wants to make.
We know that's it.
Exactly, and he's like, I probably won't look like how I was when I'm 20, but I'll look better than what I am now.
Yeah,
and that's totally fine, and it's something that we should prioritize. And as we say, like, don't compare yourself. And sometimes you or yourself is your biggest sort of like challenge.
Yeah. And not only that, he's actually sparked this kind of like community uprising. Like he's posted things of other people in that same shirtless photo, acknowledging that, this is my quarantine body, this is my lockdown body. But you know what? Now that we can, let's utilize what we have.
I'm pretty sure I put more weight on after quarantine.
I think I don't know. I was fucking all over the place in quarantine. I didn't really have a quarantine though.
I mean, we started PT in quarantine. Oh, well, like technically, I literally did 1 week of 1 day.
The gym closed down. I got a message the same day. It was like, we need you back. I was like, fuck, my tradie days.
Oh, really?
I was like, we need you to start next week. And I was like, fuck. So I didn't have a lockdown. Devastated.
I did. I was fucking bored playing Call of Duty. I think I mentioned this a few times.
But I kind of like, because I was in that position before, this is completely off topic, but because I was in that position before, I made that my mission not to let my mindset take me back to where I was, which was, okay, cool, you're doing fucking 12-hour days, you're not eating for fucking 8 hours of those days, but move. And all I wanted to do every time I came home was move. I didn't have much, but I set myself fucking 30 minutes in the dark. It pissed me off because, like my little balcony floor was on a little angle, so my barbell kept rolling away from it. It was annoying. It wasn't fucking great, but I just wanted to move every single day.
Yeah, 100%. And just all comes down to the effort that you're willing to make towards your goal, And this is something that happens a lot. It's like, whether you're trying to increase your NEAT, whether you're trying to change your body because you're accepting of how you look now and you want it to be different, it just comes down to how badly you want it. And I don't like saying that because it's cliche, but it's a matter of, are you willing to do what it takes to get to the goal? Because a lot of the time, people might come to us, and I'm not saying like it's happened to me personally, but I've seen it happen where people come up to us and then, they say, oh yeah, I want to get in shape. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what's required of you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Or they get 3 weeks in.
I've seen a great post from another personal trainer on that, like this is what I can give you, but I need you to do this.
That's the thing.
Need to do
like
this.
People say, when people say, oh, thank you so much for what you've done for me and all that sort of, I'm like, bruh, just write the fucking programs and tell you to do reps and sets and fucking give you some calories and you do the hard work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just here to make sure that you do it. And if you don't, then, I could be a prick and be like, hey, I don't care. You still fucking pay me.
Yeah.
But I don't, because I actually give a fuck about your results.
We actually care.
Yeah, exactly. And it just comes down to, are you willing to make a change? And I guess, that's kind of, part of the whole topic of this podcast is just like, be willing to increase your NEAT and move more and be willing to change the body if that's what you want to do.
Acknowledge where you are at now. Take it, accept it, and then kind of assess, what do I need to do from here? But yeah, just movement is key. NEAT, very important. This is actually just completely another little random off topic. We spoke about how when I think maybe it was the first or second episode, how people come to us with a goal and then over time the goal changes to something more realistic, right?
Yeah.
This happened to me today. So I hadn't been training with this person very long and they said to me, you know what, Mike, like originally I wanted to, let's just say I wanted to drop down to 55 kilos. I weighed myself and I was 56 kilos this morning and I was like, and she goes, well, I don't want to be 55 kilos. I just want to to put on muscle now. I just want to get toned. Yeah. I was like, and it blew my mind. I was like, this is the podcast. It's the podcast. And then we said that's the podcast.
Mikey's had a fucking little ADHD attack in his brain.
It's like, that relates to the podcast.
I can think about this on the podcast.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically, and she's kind of like, I don't want to lose 1 kilo. I want to get fit and healthy. And I'm like, that's the podcast. That's what we're talking about. Sorry, I'm very fucking overexcited for that, right?
That's good, man. That's what we fucking preach, And, your goals are going to change as you get, if your goals were started as just going for a walk, then we hope for you to progress and go to the gym and then maybe lose weight and then maybe put on muscle and then maybe get stronger. And then you end up in a position like us, because at the end of the day, man, we're not superheroes. We're not, we're just everyday people who, we just love shit that we do. Like, I like to lift heavy. You like to fucking run times. I don't know why.
I don't like... Okay, I like it.
But, you create a sort of passion out of it. And don't, we've mentioned this on podcasts before. Don't make it something that you're, like, punishing yourself for. Just start small and build on that. You know what I mean? We've kind of fucking gone off on fucking all sorts of tangents. Okay. And I'm pretty sure we don't even have a point to this podcast, but...
Neat. And
anyway,
neat
shit you see in the gym.
So the one I got really excited about earlier, I seen this on the way here or something. So you know how you have a 45-degree hip extension or a back extension?
Yeah.
The spinal trauma machine, for anyone that wants to know what he's talking about. I seen a guy. This is just not in our gym. This is just something that I seen. It was fucked. He had like a barbell on his back with maybe fucking 180 kilos. It looked like there was a lot of weight on it. And he's doing a back extension with a barbell on his back, but instead of just going to, parallel, the person, he's gone all the way back. It's literally spinal trauma.
It's like he's at 90 degrees backwards.
I was like, and then I read the comments and it was like, the spine has left the chat. Anything you've seen? We actually have seen another person squatting on a Bosu ball.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Fuck me, man. We got to, what we're going to do next week? We're just going to grab a couple of knives. Jason, if you're listening, don't listen to this part. That's our manager. And we're going to grab a couple of knives and we're just going to put holes in all the Bosu, in all the half Bosu balls. But some other shit that I've seen in the gym is, I've seen this guy, right? Big bloke. Like, he looks strong. And, like, I mean, the guy lifted the weight, but he did it like a fucking retard. Idiot. Sorry, can't say that. But he was squatting and he just kept adding like blue plates. So 20 kilos each. So technically 40 kilos each. So he went 60, 100, 140. Anyway, this guy got to fucking 200. And he was squatting in the widest stance
that guy
I could possibly see. And I'm like, do you think you're a sick cunt?
He was like a sumo, in the sumo deadlift position.
Yeah, and I'm like, cool, you're a big guy, but you're squatting like a fucking idiot. Like, grow up, man. Like, seriously. And he just looked like, he looks like a Viking. He's like, I squat good. Like, that's how he fucking looked like he sounded. And I'm like, bro, man, like, just, are you aware of what you're doing? You know what I mean? Like, just fucking stop. Like, it just does my head in. Like,
yeah.
What else have I seen? I've seen
old mate obviously walking around with a fucking suitcase on the gym floor.
Oh yeah. If you're yeah.
So that is shit you see in the gym.
Yeah. Fuck. That's about wraps up the podcast. I don't know what the fuck that was.
That wraps up the podcast, episode 7.
Guys, we're really tired, so I apologize.
Thanks for listening. Need up. Plug Darren's little quote there. Need up. I don't know what that is.
And we'll see. We might have someone on the podcast.
Yeah, we might have a little guest on next week. Yeah, how exciting.
We'll see how we go. Hopefully we'll have more fucking energy.
All right, thanks for listening.
And that's episode 7, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Coachcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Coachcast and Coach Mike Stevens.
And if you guys are interested in any sort of coaching at all, please DM us. Mine is at Coach Jackson Mansoudi. If you have any feedback, please DM us as well. We would love that.
Thank you.